you familiar with the term manspreading?
Manspreading?
Manspreading.
Never heard of it before in my life.
I think that's probably because we made it up.
I have to go to, in the United Kingdom, someone won an award just recently for a chair, well, two chairs actually, two chairs that have been built by a young artist in relation to curbing the crime of manspreading. Now, please help me out to get a dictionary to work out even what this manspreading thing is. But the university student, Layla Laurel, you can see there, the woman is sitting, the chair has been designed with a block of wood in it, so she opens up her legs and sits like a bloke. And the man has got wedges on the side of his chair. You know, let's even call him a man. He may not be a man. You don't know these days. You can call yourself whatever you like.
Wowzers.
But it's designed to force your legs together because apparently women are put out, and there's a quote from Laurel I'll put up on the screen. She says, it comes from my own experiences of men infringing on my space in public.
It's pimping time, and I'm pimping. Man, oh man, oh man. They must really enjoy this constant egg in their face. See, do you remember a time when equalism stood for something special? When it meant so much to so many? There were real causes. Some people's rights were being taken, and others never had rights to be taken to begin with. The struggle for so many out there. This was a new time, slowly forming. People just trying to find their way. You had women out here who felt like property, and slaves out here who were property. People were treated like objects to be discarded. They were abused or worse by the hands of their masters and wherever they saw fit to do when they felt like doing it without no recourse or repercussions or no one to say anything. The equalists joined together side by side with the people of color, the LGBT community, and others that believe that everyone should be treated fairly and equally. See, this worthwhile cause and movement is the reason why, as a black man, my verse is heard today, and you guys get to kick back and listen as I try to bring some sanity back to this ignorance that I have been witnessing for the past several years. I owe a debt of gratitude and a genuine thank you to those that fought for my rights. And honestly, I can never thank you guys enough. So thank you. But what I'm about to say is going to hurt. See, the modern equalists, they destroyed the greatest machine for change and real causes, and not just American history. We're talking about world history. Because of what they did, and because of what they stood for, and the rights they were given, and the rights they fought for. Now, they're the gold standard for where the world is trying to get to for female empowerment, which is a beautiful thing. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I have a problem with all the other silliness and madness that's going on right now. See, through so many people's arrogance and their petty agendas, their personal silly issues, their brainwashing and clout chasing, their power tripping over nothing, and that's to name a few things. But they give us today's modern equalists. As I always like to say, bring them young to the Equalist University. See, the new equalist wants her name to be in lights. She wants to be a star for all others to follow. She wants to be the beacon of superiority. She wants to be that goddess. She wants to be that special little girl that everybody talks about in books. Huh. Well, good luck with that.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
The people around you are relegated to a very small portion, but the key to manspreading is not noticing.
We grow up on two different tracks. People who manspread just are socialized not to worry about it.
I have so many vivid memories as a child of my mum telling me to close my legs.
With gender, we're constantly working towards trying to get to this middle.
This week of manspreading is definitely going to make me feel anxious. As much as a super strong feminist, I want to say it won't.
I kind of secretly hope to annoy some men. I just feel like a monster already. How can you do this every day without being conscious of it?
I just manspread on the bus for maybe a 5-minute ride for the first time, and it wasn't even half full, and I was already getting glared at.
And get these whack cocksuckers on stage where the fuck is Kanye when you need him.
So what do you think is the quickest and fastest and easiest way to become a star, to be special, to win an award for making some stupid ass chairs? What do you think it takes today in today's modern society? The more, well, how can I say this? The more je ne sais quoi, the more special society we live in today. What do you think it takes to be a superstar, to be special? Maybe by bashing men? If you had picked that one, then you're the winner, of course. Making fun of men, degrading or humiliating them, socially ostracizing them if they make any attempt to stand up for themselves. Now let's emasculate these boys, because we have the power of the mainstream media, and we have Big Daddy. He likes to stretch out his long arms and nestle with us at night. He makes us feel good, and he doesn't want anything really from us. He just wants a couple of votes here and there, nothing too big. Small price to pay for all the unlimited power to spew as much toxic waste or propaganda to manipulate every single simple-minded little woman out there to follow up and to stand for someone else's personal beefs, their gripes, their pure, unadulterated hatred for men. That's what we got going on here. See, I often sit here and try to figure out, how did you come up with this? This was a real cause? Are you sure? Do you wanna stand on that podium and make this a real cause? See, a real cause is something that is a change that everyone recognizes that this is important. Even the people who don't want to change, even in the back of their mind, they understand this is probably going to happen and it's important. When it's something biological, nobody looks at it. More you look petty and simple-minded. I'm going to get into the part here soon enough about making a chair for a lady to take as much space as possible and spreading her legs open. Wow. That's equality. That's what you're shooting for? To be able to sit on a bus or a subway with your legs spread open? Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wowzers.
We have no choice to have our legs like that, you know what I mean?
I do.
You feel me? So, yeah, so it's different for a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, of course, man. If you notice, every man on the train has their legs wide open. Am I correct?
You are.
But you have to.
The advent of manspreading, what an extraordinary thing. It was actually the invention of this word that inspired me to stop calling myself a feminist, because I realized the ideology that I thought meant freedom and equality was actually just a load of rubbish that had been hijacked by idiots who make up words to prove their point. We know that's not the case. And I'm going to phrase this very delicately, Peter, for this prime time slot. Anyone with a basic knowledge of the human anatomy will know why gentlemen tend to sit with their legs slightly further apart than women do. It's not a matter of sexism or invading space, it's a matter of practicality. So this silly sort of man-spreading narrative, all it does is emasculate men. It makes feminists look completely petty, and if any feminist watching this is wondering why people think feminist is somehow man-hating and stupid, well, it's this kind of thing that gives them that image, I'm sorry.
Whenever you don't know you have a bad argument, all you gotta think about is, does it affect 90-some% of another group? So here's the example. Man spreading. We know if you were born with a penis and a scrotum, they sit funny between your legs. Now, only people would notice would be men. They just know this, which hence why the guy in the previous clip said, hey, every man on here got some junk that sits right in the middle of between his legs, and so you can't smash him the whole time because one, let's face it, it's uncomfortable, and two, it makes no sense. If every single man, regardless of race, regardless of his creed, ethnicity, his religion, socioeconomics, all of it, if every single guy does it, and we know that every guy doesn't talk to every guy in the world, so that means no guy teaches another guy this. They naturally do it. Previous clip earlier, girl says, the trick to manspreading is not knowing you're manspreading. Holy cow. We are dealing with some 200 IQ people here. They admitted twice. The girl in this other clip said, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, of course. So why are you doing it? Why are you wasting everyone's time? Why do you have a microphone in people's faces, having people pull out rulers on something stupid when you know it's not a real cause? Well, it only leads me to a couple of answers. A, people are morons, and I truly believe that one. And clout chasing, and I believe that one. So you can pick any one of those two you like and switch them back and forth, and it would fit for this particular video. There is no way a person with a minuscule, a mini tiny bit of brain power sat around here and looked on every subway that they got on a bus and seen the same thing among every guy. And then the kicker here is some of them said, my mom told me I should close my legs. Really? Mommy told you this is probably a good time to keep your legs closed, especially if you're wearing a dress or a skirt? I don't know, maybe revealing shorts? And I know what somebody's going to say. Somebody's going to jump up and say, we should be able to wear anything we want to wear and go where we want to go and do what we want to do. And I would tell you that's fair, and you should be able to. But what's also fair is if you put yourself in a compromising situation where you know your gut is telling you, or your female intuition is saying, should I be wearing this mini skirt with my legs open? Because back when I was growing up, and I don't think that has changed a whole lot, back in the day, there were social cues that people gave each other to initiate fun time. If your legs were slightly open where you can see the fun box, and your partner, you in that home, and y'all in a special little place or wherever you guys are at, that's a cue for him to maybe make a move. Now, once he comes that way, you can either, go ahead and go along with the program and say, what are you doing? And then you say, oh, my bad. He read the cue wrong. But let's say you're at home or a hotel or out somewhere where you're being a little naughty somewhere. Okay. On public transportation, on some of the scariest places you can be, which is on a bus, and God knows a subway, depending on where you're at, and especially depending on what time of night it is, we encouraging women to sit with their legs open and take as much space as possible? Really? What happened here? See, now that's being stupid. You're not even doing anything. That is being stupid. Guys are never going to not spread. That's just part of the genetic makeup. Sorry. It's part of the genetic makeup. Nothing nobody can do about it. It's going to happen. If you have a son, guess what's going to happen? You can try and keep his legs closed, but they're going to be open. If you make him keep his legs closed too much, he's probably going to have other issues. Maybe that's wrong with him later on. Who knows what happens when you keep your legs closed consistently as a guy? I really don't know, but I can imagine it. I've done it for a little while here and there, and it gets pretty painful after a while. So I'm just trying to figure out, we're telling men to close their legs, to sit like women, and we're telling women to hop on dangerous places and pop your legs open. Lean back. No matter how bad you guys want to be guys, you're really not. Can you embrace being a woman? It's okay. If you want to dress up as a man, go for it. Heck, even if you don't like men, nobody cares. I know I don't. But don't go around brainwashing these young girls, thinking it's cool to like, yeah, I'm a strong, powerful woman. I'm going to jump up here and pop my legs open. You don't want to do that. Not in real life. Don't be silly. When I was growing up, there was an old saying, 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's safe to assume in this here, you were wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Take the L, keep it moving. In this one of those situations here, maybe I'm right. It is what it is. But more of the thing is here is I'm trying to figure out, just as a counter argument here, just for my own personal amusement, if you don't mind, what would be the point of you doing this if the problem was spreading and you had a problem with men sitting with their legs open, taking up space? Wouldn't it mean that you have made a chair, just one, that you sit with your legs closed and they sit with their legs closed, and nobody's taking up the space because everybody have their own little space? But instead, you made a chair. To close men's legs, and you made a counter chair to open women's legs. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? Does that make any sense to you? In other words, it's the opposite. But why? If you're saying that you're tired of people invading your space, then why would you create another problem to create more space? See where I'm coming from? I know it sounds crazy. And I know you didn't think that far into the future. I know that. I clearly know that. And you clearly know that. You know this is not a cause. Okay, so we got that squared away. It's not a cause. It's not anything really. It's a silly waste of time for a wannabe clout chaser to be special. You won an award. Kudos to you. Most people don't get to win any awards. It's better than a participation award, that's for sure. So I give you that. But that's all I'll give you. But you're going to take the L for this one. So that's L. So take the L for manspreading on something that when you clearly sat on subways and looked around and seen every single man doing it, regardless of their age and race, then you probably knew that this might be a tough one. I probably should investigate this a little bit before I go bumping my gums. But that's cool. But I still can't get over that nobody around you, your friends, family, another man, real men, and teachers and the people who made the award and gave it to you didn't say, "We love your enthusiasm. Don't get me wrong. That's a beautiful thing. We're happy to see you doing this. But did you ever think for 1 second, this might be a tiny bit sexist? Just throwing it out there." And I'm only saying this because, well, we are telling men, every single man, they should close their legs because it's harming us. And all I want to know is how is it harming you? Like in what way? Like what way is it harming you? And if you can explain that to me on what way it's harming you, then you deserve all the accolades that you get. But if you cannot really explain how is it harming you because a person's leg is in the aisle, or a person's leg is sitting in their seat, just their legs open, and you are forced to have yours closed because you were born a female, if that part bothers you, then say, "I'm just angry and I hate men because they get to sit with their legs open and I have to close mine because my mom said when I was a girl that young ladies need to keep their legs closed because one, well, can you think of a reason why you want your legs closed if you were wearing a dress or shorts or anything for that matter? What looks better? A young lady with her legs closed and properly just doing her thing, or her legs spread wide open so everybody can see her cervix while holding her graduation award? I'm just asking you which one you think, on your opinion, looks better.
Favorite part of this exercise was easily when I got to sit next to men who were taking up way too much space and just forcefully work my way into the seat and without words say, "Hey, I deserve to sit here."
To be forced to man spread really showed me how up your own ass you have to be as a person to not be conscious of those around you.
To the man that's taking up too much space on a bus, on the plane, on the bench, we see you. You don't need that much room. To the young women out there, I say you should definitely be aware of your surroundings. If there's something that you want, if there's something you want to say, if there's a position that you want to hold, take up that space. You deserve that space.
Girl, you take up space. You fill the room with your crotch.
Well, gentlemen, you seen what we had to do today. Got to see these guys in action. They did nothing to change my mind. Matter of fact, they did everything wrong you could do. This is what happens. They got the internet. Everybody gets a chance to run their little mouth and say something stupid. Somebody sat around and said, "Wow, manspreading." They were sitting around, probably on the subways, on the buses, and other little places. Probably looked around one day and it just hit them like, oh my God, every single guy spreads his legs and taking up space. Now, when you look at these videos, if you look closely at any of these videos, guess what's going on? Everybody is sitting in their little space. It doesn't matter if you got your leg open or not. Everybody has a little space they're all sitting in. Every single one of these. They got one video where the girl is sitting in the other one, not even in there. She's just a passenger, taking up 2 seats. Nobody saying anything about her. Didn't even acknowledge her. These women are running around. I think they're women. Oh man, they're sketchy at best. At best, it's sus. At best, I'm being generous by calling them guys, because it's a term of endearment that you can call girls and guys, and I'm being nice. I don't know what their pronouns are, and I don't really care. They are not worthy of any of it. They're not even worthy of the amount of time I spent on this video. But I hate lately that these people are running around thinking they're special. They did something cool or amazing or outstanding. They did something that's game-changing or life-changing, or they did something that's going to go in the accolades like these other ladies did, the first and second wave did. These women are not. And I repeat, the one that says, "Oh, I'm a strong feminist," you are not. Do not fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. You're not. don't even think for 1 second you're special. You're not. You're not some great feminist. You're not somebody who's worthy. You're not nothing. You are a waste of space and time until you guys get out here and start understanding what it is to be, what it meant. It's equality. It's not trying to shame or hurt the other person. It's not sitting there taking a flaw. There's a genetic flaw because it's biologically what we are. Every single man does it. You had a daddy, unless you were a test tube. You had a daddy. I bet you watch your daddy, he did it. If you had a grandpa, guess who did it? Your grandpa. If any of you guys into guys, I don't know, sus at best, then you probably know that even your man did it. There you go. Problem, question, everything solved right here, right now, on spot. To tell you right now, and I mean it, you took the L. This is a big L. You lost. You don't get to have this one back. For every time you guys taking an L on something stupid, I'm taking it back. And I'll continuously ride this hill to the dog to take it back. I'm not giving you guys any more credit on stupid stuff. You have a real cause and a real movement, we're all in. You don't have a real cause and a real movement, quit it. Quit trying to chase clout. Do like every other girl out here. Get you an OnlyFans. That's what everybody else seems to be doing. Get you an OnlyFans. That makes more sense than running out here making up stupid words and then trying to make that a thing and then have people where it actually make a law where people are getting fined. Are you serious? Fined? God, I wish you would. Let me get a ticket for it. I wish you would. You're gonna make me rich. All you fellas out there listening to this, you get a ticket for that, you can prove it. Get on a bus or a train or any of that stuff and record it. Record it at any restaurant, at any place. Every single place you'll see it. You have a most winnable case ever. You better go get that money, son. They are. I'm pimping and I'm out.
Wowzers. It's okay, baby. You cool. Do what you want. I give you your release. You're free.